journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, here's the Russell from the high we had on the 18th. You see the high this morning was an exact 618 retracement. It was in the context of a Gartley pattern because if you can see the ABCD pattern right here, it lined up just about perfectly, and then the market opened and bang. If we look at this on a longer term time frame here, on daily here with the Russell, you see we're almost to the pattern completion of this ABCD swing. That comes in at 2201, which the low back here is 22. So getting below this, I know it's going to be hard to believe, folks, but this could happen. I'm not saying anything because I'm wrong as often as I'm right, and that's about 50% on a good day. This could be one of these days, folks, or one of these moves where we have something like this. And that would take us to 2029. That'd be a 10% down move in the Russell, and it could happen very quickly. We haven't seen anything like this happening in a long time. It's possible, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but, that's it. I recommended, when I talked to the folks, I said, it's probably a bad situation covering with a 1,000-point profit in the Dow Jones. I said, if we go below 3,800, stay short. And I think I said something like that. Frankly, I was up most of the night watching these things jumping around. So we'll see what's going on. By the way, our British pound is still out of the. You're out about $150 right now in the British pound trade that we have on. That's acting much better today, and I'll go over some of these others, but I do want to cover some of these things. We've covered the S&P, the Dow Jones, and what we're going to do, and the Russell. Now we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ. I have not even seen the NASDAQ today, folks. We'll get up here. Where is it? Starts with an N, doesn't it? There it is right there. And we'll put the hourly chart up, and we'll see what it's, it's doing the same thing, okay? It's going down quite a bit. We've taken down here. There's a high today, was a 78% retracement there, so we're down 4 points, 400 points, folks. That's $8,000. We're taking out, we just took out the 61% retracement, folks, in the NASDAQ. Not a good sign. Still heading lower. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now let's move on and let's talk just a little bit about the British pound because I really like that position, and that's the scary part because the ones that I like the best are the ones that are most difficult to come through. Now we'll put this up here on a small time frame here because we. Get up here, you can see this is, we sold this here. Hold on one second, get the daily up here because it did hit our exact price yesterday. There was our exact price right up there. Now you can see we've come down more than 100 points from the point. So we're out 41, we're out $220 on the short sale that we put on. So a stop is still above here, but it's starting to work, and we're going to find out what happens. Something big is going on when people come in and start selling stocks like this, folks. It's a big deal. We have to know that. Remember, the dollar index is what we were basing a lot of this implied volatility coming up, because here it is on the weekly basis. We're going to draw it again to show you that it was time to, it's still holding up there pretty good. This on the weekly. Now, if we look at this on the daily, hold on, we'll get see it real quick here. See where we're at. Well, it hasn't really jumped very much. Look, it's only up at just a few pips, so there's nothing exciting going here. The euro is the same thing. It's done very little, so maybe nothing's going to happen. I hope so, but we're going to do one thing at a time as we go through and look at some of these things here. So get rid of this and this one and this one and this one right here. And I want to get up here. And we also had a trade in the wheat. We were let's get this 13-minute out on the wheat. We had a sale to sell the wheat at the 382 right up here. This was a three. Oh, let me get this. Shucks. Sorry, folks. Okay, there was a 382 last night. Okay, we recommended selling that on the video that I sent out. So far, it's got a small profit in it, and I do mean small. It did have 250 at one time, but it went right to the the actual 382 was, I think it's not drawn correctly. There's your 382 comes in exactly at 07. That's where we sold it at 07. It came down here to even. That's about a $350 profit. So make sure you have your stop at break even on that if you're watching this one here today, okay? And let's move on here to one other thing we want to be watching is this crude oil, because we've been telling you it's been quite bearish lately. Hold on just a second. Get this up here. You'll see that today's high, we pointed this out, of course. This is last night. There was the high that we had, okay? And you'll notice on Friday's high, right before the market opened, you'll see there it was right there. And I recommended a sale at that level. And as you can see now, it's down at the 1.618 expansion coming to the downside. This is telling us, like Mike Moore said, there's weakness coming into these markets. So let's pay attention, okay? Hold on, let's get the hourly up. Now we've just broken below the 78% level, folks. And if you'll notice here, we stopped to the 50% retracement. Then we rallied to the 382 this morning, okay? Now that tells us that ABCD is already completed, and it's right there right now. There's your ABCD, but it's below the 786. Remember what Einstein said, mathematics, this number here, precedes geometry, this line right here. So that's what we're paying very, very close attention to. Now, I will want to cover this one here, folks, because this was really an exciting one, folks. This is the natural gas. We want to get this up here on the, I believe it was the hourly chart we were watching this on last night, and there it was. If you remember, I suggested that you sell the 382 retracement here. Let's get this out of the way here to see it. I said sell the 382 retracement here at 20, and it came down to 05. And of course, then it went up and made a monstrous new high right in here. But what I would like to show you now, I'm just going to blow this up just a little bit from this level right here. This is the low here on Friday. See, because after we hit this number right here, which was nothing more than a ABCD with an expansion number up here, right up there at 34, okay? Then it came all the way back down here, and I want you to see this, folks, because I saw this right on the money, and I missed it because I was doing so much other stuff in stocks. There was a 61% retracement, and at the same time, I was looking at the AI program, and there it was right there. Right there, it said, just getting ready to turn up, and look, it went straight up, and that was a $4,000 move, folks. And now you can see we just made that ABCD pattern here. We move this to a smaller time frame so we can see it, get rid of all the stuff, blow it up. There's too many things on here anyway. Okay, here's another ABCD just completing here. In that, folks, this is a great thing to trade. Let me explain to you why. The stops are right on the money and they hold up pretty good. But this should be really strong support. Excuse me, folks. Right in here. 877-927-6648.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are February 14th and 28th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, just a minute. I had to go out and do something here, and I'll be right back with you with the pictures as soon as I can get this up here. Only take me 1 second or less. And there we go. What I just did just now here is, because we hit that exact number down here, I decided to cover the position. But what I did do is I put a stop right below it if we go below it again. Now, this is a 4-hour chart, so this isn't much of a move. It's 50 points, but I believe in these numbers so much that I play them. The only reason I'm doing this is 11:15 here. It means we got 2 hours and 45 minutes left to go in the trading day, and I'm not sure, we might not get a little bit of a rally here anyway, and I'm not sure how much it's going to be, if it is. But the one thing I have been able to do is I've been able to put my orders in so that if it goes back below those lows, guess what? I'm going to be back short again. So that's the main thing that I'm watching. I'm going to put this beeper in right now to let it know where we stand, and then we'll move on to the next one. This thing is set up, if it closes badly, and it certainly looks that way right now, it's not going to look very well. We've covered all of those. We've covered the NASDAQ, all the others that we're watching here. The Russell. See, the Russell almost also made the exact number right here. Okay, so I covered that, right there at that low right here, and I put my stop right below that low. If it goes below it again, gets below 2201, then I'm thinking we're probably going to go, substantially lower, maybe even way down here. This would be a 10% drop if we get this in the Russell, folks. And I'm not sure that's going to happen, but it's moving in that direction, so we ought to pay close attention to it, okay? All right, let's move on here and talk about some other things. We've talked about the wheat. Let's go and talk about the gold. We've talked about the crude oil. We'll get the wheat up here. This is the gold. Okay, the best thing to look at in the gold is the hourly chart. It does a beautiful job. Here's where we were last night. There was a 50% retracement right here at around 2 o'clock in the morning. Right there is when it was, because I was getting ready. That was early this morning. And if you notice here, I sent the video out on this just about exactly when it was happening. Said if it's any good, it's going to hold this. We had a big move up. We had a pull back to let's just draw this up so we can see how these numbers work all the time. And you'll see pulled right back down to the exact 78% level. Okay. And from that level right here, from 54 down to 35, okay, You know what the harmonic number is, folks? That's right, 18 bucks and then straight up. That's highly suggestive that we are going to go up, get that 4-hour chart up. I don't know what's going to cause it, but there's a really strong probability we're going to get up to this area right here. This is the last month's action here in the gold, and I'll give you my 2 cents worth. Like I say, if you overpay it, with this type of volatility, excuse me, folks, anything can happen, and it usually does. So what you got to do is watch this point right here. There's a target here at $3,000 an ounce, another one at $30.13 an ounce. The reason why that is important, I'm going to show you how I look at this from a standpoint. I've been talking about dropping open interest, okay, and in decreasing volume, but that has just changed, folks. If you look up here, get up here, right here, there's our Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Hello there, operator. Where are you? There you go. I just go down to markets. Okay. I go down, scroll down just a little bit here to gold, and I click on gold, and it brings up the gold market. And then the only other thing I have to do is to bring up where it says volume and open interest like this. And I bring this up, and you're going to be able to see. And you can see right now there's been a little bit of increase here. The volume's dropped, but the open interest is increasing yesterday with that big move. Made new highs, and we increased by 2,400 contracts. Now, that's not a great deal when you've got 526,000, okay? Do you know that there were 76,000 contracts for February that were delivered? That's the highest number ever, Rich Anderson told me. So this still looks pretty good. That's why I think it'd probably get there. I mean, there's no reason to think. I mean, the trend is still up. Everything says it's pretty much moving in that direction. So if we take a look at silver, get up here 1 second here with the silver, it was lagging badly, but I really haven't had time to look at it all day, folks, as you can imagine. And where are you, silver? Come on now. My eyes are getting a little bad here. Hold on. There we go. 60-minute. We'll pull it up. And is it moving up? Nope. Silver's actually going down. So this is not, doesn't look like it's going to make that target. But you can see here we've held our lows. I remember when we got gold is going nuts to the upside, and silver's not acting good. That's a bad sign. We pulled right back to the 61% retracement. That's major support here. So if that fails, that's not good, because then you'd be looking at something like this. I'm bearish gold, folks, and the only reason I'm bearish is because of all those targets up there. And when someone like Goldman Sachs comes out, I go back to my old memory bank back in there in 2004 or 5, 6, something like that. And they came out, no, it was 2008. They came out, I think it was 8. Anyway, came out and said that crude oil had $200 written all over it, and it was trading at about 140. The high on crude oil, folks, was 141, and it dropped all the way down a tiny bit to I think $40 an ounce, $40 a pound at one time. It went negative actually at one time. So just because somebody, it's just like me. I've been saying I've been bearish gold now for 2 weeks and it hasn't been going down. So you don't want to listen to me. Just do your own thing, put your charts up, and make your own decision. I'll give you some ideas. That's the best I can do. Some of them work, some of them don't, and that's the key to look at. Only take the winning trades. That's the main thing. So that's the silver. Let's take a look at this. Will all be in the newsletter, folks. I'm going to cover this really extensively. Probably be my longest newsletter of the year here. And we'll look at plutonium here, or platinum, I mean. We'll get it up here. It's probably, it doesn't look very good at all, folks. For as far as precious metals, you can see the rally today that we had. Oh my gosh, this is not even a rally. Let's just go back from a high on the 14th. That wasn't even a 382, was it? No, it didn't even make a 382 rally from there. So it's been going down for 2.5 weeks. We'll take a look at the copper next, and copper usually runs along with the stock market. So there's copper. We'll get the 60-minute up here on copper. And here again, there's another one that makes it look like these things are, heading lower. Couldn't make a 382 retracement here. Now today, we've had some pretty good action. From the high that we had back in here, the market broke. It went a little above the 382. Looks like it hit 50% spot on. Nope. Right in between it did. There's the 382, there's your 50%. Your stop would have to be above here. So if you sold it at 57, you got to risk 3 cents. It's got to be above 60, and that would have worked. There was a little tiny ABCD here the night before on the 20th that had a pretty good idea. They can't do all these, but anyway, you'll see there it is right there. There's your ABCD, and then the move down. It's looking pretty nasty. Let's just put it that way, okay? All right, we're going to have to take a break. Let's see what we got here. We got, 40 seconds left? Let's see if we can get Mr. Tesla on the line here and see how things are going over there. And, well, it's selling off with the rest of the market today. Yesterday's high, 382. On the 20th, and today it's just heading lower. So we'll be right back, folks.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, I wanted to show you here. This is a NASDAQ. We just got this from John Jameson. There was your first standard deviation. You had the ABCD. There's your second below here, folks. It's really bad. 21779. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back here, take a quick look at some of these charts and get rid of this United Healthcare. It's actually rallied 30 points here after dropping a lot, which is unbelievable itself. Okay, now let's move over here and take a look at the NASDAQ and see where we are with that. When we get below 2 standard deviations, folks, boy, you don't see that very often. And when you do, it's usually nasty. Okay, we'll put this up here and see where we are. Oh, we're breaking below it right now. See, we're just busting through it to the downside again right now, so it doesn't look like it wants to. That means you're going to get, there's your 1.618 expansion of this whole thing. And there's 2.5 hours to go, but no one's coming in to buy, folks. The reason, calm down, Larry. The reason is this is only the first day. Where is it? Here it is right here. This is only the second day down in the market, folks. Day 1, day 2, this is only the second day down. Look, the last time we had something like that happen was way back on the 24th. Remember that big aspect we had that little stellium? And the market broke all the way down overnight, and by the time you came in, boom, it did that. Then it made the ABCD pattern, then made the new high. So if we watch this, just looking at some of these numbers, because that's where the numbers come from, we went right to that level right here, and this is a level we want to be watching now. I think we're going through it right now as we speak. Nope, we still got 23. That's the 61% retracement. Those are the lows of the month. If we go below that, folks, that's not going to be a very good sign. So that's what you got to watch. See, you could have something like this happen. This was remember the big one we had on December 6th, looked like that was the end of the world, and it rallied up and then all the way down. And this was the big one that really got me not confused, but I didn't cover all the short positions on that Monday morning, the 13th of January, which also happened to be, I believe, let's just double check, because I believe it was right at a full moon, if I'm not mistaken. We'll put in the moon phases and we'll see what it did here. Yeah, see, there was your full moon right here on the 13th. Then it had the rally, and here's where we are right now, watching these things here unfold here this morning. Okay, now let's move on. I can't tell if there's any questions, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go through and look at things that we've looked at in the past to see how they're doing. Now, we should have Apple in here, and that has been extremely strong. I would expect it to be down a little bit, but probably not very much. And it's up. So what do I know? It made a new high. And here it is today. It just made a new high today. What? Do as I say, not as I do. Actually, we made a new high on the move, and now it's still up on the day. I mean, that's a Dow stock. I mean, my goodness, why isn't it helping the Dow? At least somewhat. All right, let's move on to the next one we want to take a look at, which is Amazon. Let's get this up here. And that's been a really strong stock, except for the last few weeks. And get up here. Wow, this really got hit pretty hard. Holy cow! Should watch these more often. Yeah, look at Amazon. See, it's all breaking. See, we're taking out the monthly lows from January, folks. This is not a good sign. Okay, let's look at Costco's. I think I have Costco in here. Maybe I do. Do I? No, I don't have Costco. CSC. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's Costco. This is a stock that's got people waiting in line to get into the place. And no wonder. You can see there's why. Look, there, that's Cisco Systems. Shut the front door, Larry. Sorry, I know a little about stocks. Is anything else? Let's get up here. The next one we want to look at here is the Hang Seng. I want to look at the Hang Seng because we have friends over there. Make sure we get the daily up on this because it had a big move up there. Look at this, big run today, folks. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Forget about the rest of the market. Look what it did today. Now, they're closed over there now, but that's what it did today. If you find anything bearish about that, please let me know. But my goodness, that you'd think somebody was tipped off about something, but boy, that's a heck of a move. Let's look at this on the weekly just to see. I was surprised it would up that much. Yeah, oh, there's where we are. We got a big ABCD coming in here. Let's just blow it up here right now. The old ABCD. You can't go wrong with A. Let's just do them together so you get to see how much fun they really are. There's AB equals CD. And you know when you have this much thrust, what you have to do is you have to increase the CD leg from 1 to 1.27, 1.27. I know this is teaching you how to suck eggs, but there's your answer. And then the next one, you've got this one coming in right here, right there. And boy, you sure got a place to increase it. So we might even get all the way up here. Another, 25, another 25, another 700 points we could get there. They don't care about what's happening to us, folks. So, and they probably shouldn't. So anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here with the NASDAQ. Okay, we'll get this, the Dow. Don't stay up all night trading, folks. It's just too hard on you. I don't stay up all night. I catnap in between the things that I'm looking at. So let's look at the Dow Jones Transportation. It's usually, they're even hitting that now. See, we had that 786, and that's coming down pretty good. So it's telling you there's a little weakness coming in the market, which we can see that just by looking at everything. So far our low has been, we rallied about 9 points in the S&P. So that's not too much, but we've got 2.5 hours to go. So anything can happen, and it usually does. All right, we have gone below the low substantially here in the Dow Jones, below that 50% level. We're trading below it right now, so that is important. The little bounces that we get are people saying it's going to rally the last 2.5 hours of the day, and many times it does, but other times it doesn't. So you got to pick the one you're going to go with and go from there. We had a question about Microsoft. Get it up here and take a look at it. Now, it is down on the day, but not very much. It almost made a 382 retracement yesterday, but it didn't do much. But today it's down with the rest of the market, but still holding relatively well. So those are some of the ones that you want to be paying attention to here as we look at these here today. And I think we're getting ready for a little commercial. Let's see how much time we got left here on the old clock on the wall. 50 seconds. Wow, that's a lifetime. Let's get another stock up here. Palantir. This has been a strong puppy, boys and girls. Let's see. This is the first time we've had a negative thing in Palantir. And let's just look at it right here. If you like the old 382, there's the action yesterday. The market rallies today. Let's see if it works. I already know that it does. There it is right there. There's your 382, comes in at 106, and it's already sold off to 103. So that's what we're watching, boys and girls. Let's stick with us. Keep those cards and letters coming in. We got lots of questions to be answered, and I'll try to answer them for you as we move on to the next section here.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets. with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, I'm going to bring this up again. This is from John Jameson. The standard deviation on this comes in at 21799, and that our low has been 21777. So we're at 2 standard deviations here. If we start getting below here, you can see it held it just a little bit. Of course, this thing jumps around like popcorn in a hot skillet. But I always say that because I eat popcorn almost every day. Anyway, you can see the low to the high. We went below the 61% retracement, but we are right at 2 standard deviations. Now, if we start getting below that, and let's say you drop another, well, gosh, it's dropping so fast you could say anything, but if it starts dropping below that, that means you're going to attack this low right down here. Now, remember, folks, we went from 2250, we're around 450 handles with 2 hours and 15 minutes to go in the market. So if we get below this, then we're looking at something serious. We haven't had what we call a real big downdraft day where the market's down 2, 3, 4%, where they put in the limits or anything like that. There's always a possibility that, and the reason for that possibility is, get this up here. I want to show it to you. I keep it here just to remind myself. This is the problem with the stock market, folks. It's the over-margined and the stuff. These people think, the market can never go down. Sometimes it goes down a lot, like it did in 2000, 2007. Look at these, folks. These markets were down 80%, okay? And look at this, where we are now. I mean, do you realize what a correction this could be? They're using 5 times their normal leverage. This is it's insanity, but insanity breeds insanity. So that's why I'm a little skeptical here about whether this thing's going to bounce a whole lot or not. So get up here. I'm going to I've got the beeper in now if we make a new low, because that'll tell us that there's something. Well, we already know something's wrong, don't we, boys and girls? Let's get up here, and I'm going to take my time here and talk a little bit about gasoline. Here we are. And it's getting, kicked out of us. Mike Moore alerted us to this the other day, if you remember. It looked like we were going lower. And look at that. So we broke that key level of his. It's down now 6 cents from that level. And that tells us that we're looking at a minimum here of this pattern right here, which is the A, B, C, D leg right in here, okay? That's where we are right there. And we're not very far away. All that's going to be doing is taking out the February lows. So if that can hold, it looks pretty good. Looking at it a little differently, this is what I do every day with all these things. And look, there's another one coming in here, big one right here. But what we have to look at, you see, that's the 50% level of all this in here. So there should be some really strong support within a penny or two from where we are right now. But let me ask you a question. It's down 6 cents today. You think a wide bar like that, you You want to step into bars like this, not bars like that. That's a bar. You want to scare that one. Oh, that was scary enough, but then the next day it's not so scary, right? Like this one's scary, but the next day it's not scary. So you wait the day and see what happens. So you want to see what happens on the week. Since we're doing that, well, let's look at the heating oil since we're right next to it. And we'll put that up also on the daily chart. That has held up relatively well because it's colder than bejesus, over there in the eastern part of the world. And here's where we are now. We've went up and we hit that 50% level several times. We're having a big down day today. And you can see we're breaking down, and it looks like we're looking at serious stuff. Folks, this could be one of those days where, it's a flight to quality. This guy says, out of the Jesse Livermore book, he comes yelling out, sell, sell, sell. And the broker says, to who, to who? That was in Trading Places, by the way. Okay, with the Mortimer Duke. Okay, now we're looking at this on a longer time frame. We could easily see this in heating oil. Okay, that would take us all the way down here. And we're getting out of the seasonality for this, so it's a possibility that could occur. It's got to do a lot of stuff in here, but there's a possibility that could happen because that's the 50% retracement. All right, let's move this one out of the way. We've covered gasoline, and we still break. Well, it's breaking quickly, as you can see here. Get up here, and we will be moving here to the next one right there. All right, got that out of the way. All right, move this out of the way here. Yeah, we're still dropping in the stock market too. I'm following you folks because I have a little bit of interest in it. And I felt when I was doing, I'll go through this again because when I did the video last night, I really had trepidations about this because, we had sold this and we set through all the stuff. Now, remember, this is going down. The NASDAQ and the S&P are going up. The Russell's going down. So it's a two-tiered market, as Basil Chapman always says. And now, yesterday was telling you, something's not right. And then today, what did it do? It rallied to the 382, to the exact 382 off of that number right there. Just you can see 0.49, 0.382 was right there. And look where it is now. We're breaking down and we're breaking lower and lower below the 50%. The only other thing you got today, folks, is this one down here. That's down another 120 points. That's the 1.618 expansion of this whole range. You see, closing below these numbers we're looking at is nasty. I'm telling you. That's one good thing about the Floor Trader's Handbook, folks. If you watch that standard deviation and watch those means and look at those patterns, boy, they line up so nicely sometimes. And those are the ones that you say, well, this is what you have to pay attention to as you're looking at these, because that gives you the little edge that you need to see how the markets are going to. You can see here the NASDAQ is making new lows now as we speak. We just made another new low just a minute here. Okay, Norm is saying it looks like the Venus perihelion is going to developing into a very good decline. I would send something to him, but I don't want you to see what I was going to send. Yeah, tell me about it at the opening. Don't tell me midday when there's 2 hours to go. Hold on a second here. Let's get up and I'm the worst one for that anyway. Okay, here's the cash S&P. This is another one that looks very interesting, all right? Wow, this is having a big move here. Now, folks, this is what's interesting about this. Look at this, folks. We took out this high right there, and we took out that high right here, and look where we are now. We're taking out all of this, and we close below here. We're going to see something pretty significant here. You can see where we are right now, and that's the real key. I have a friend, my stories don't mean anything anyway, but that's it. And I don't know, the last time we had a big day like this, we went from 600 down to 585. That was back on December 19th, okay? Now that let's just draw that in because there's a possibility we could be looking at that either today or even tomorrow. The market dropped that much in one day, okay? Would have closed that. In one day, it would drop. No, it's not going to do that. It doesn't have enough time to trade to get down there. But if we get down below this, we could take this out. Boy, then that means that there's something real seriously wrong if that could happen. Frankly, I think we're going to be making a minimum of this as a 382 on the whole thing, which is Look, there was your 382 here, folks. We could go back and take a look at this again, couldn't we? All right, let's take a break. Oh my gosh, the clock on the wall says I get to take a break here pretty soon after 2 minutes. So bear with me, folks. Thanks for putting it.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, with 2 hours to go, we're looking at a standard deviation in the NASDAQ at 21799. If we do the ABCD on this, it's going to take you considerably lower, down to around 216 and change. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come up here and take a look at the NASDAQ, 21799, folks. Look at that. The low has been 21772. That means that they're really trying to hold this thing together right now. And with 2 hours to go, that's certainly a possibility. So watch that. But start breaking below that. That's why this little beeper's on here to tell me that's what I'm watching. And I want to make sure that we're able to see, what we're doing here right now with 2 hours to go in the trading day. So that's mainly, you can see the S&P is below the 50% level. Some of the others are substantially below. And if we look at that Dow Jones one more time, I think we can get it up here. And you'll see here that, we bounced back back up above it. Now we're back below it again. So the key is that standard deviation on this NASDAQ, because, that's been the leader of the pack. And as long as we can stay above that, and it's only 10 points away. So with 2 hours to go, the $64 question is, will we rally? Or will it be Memorex? Who knows? No matter what, folks, we'll be here on Monday to talk about what the markets are doing. There's always going to be a good trade going somewhere, and we'll try to be able to figure it out. Send some white light out to our good friend Peter Leides. He's struggling with the big C, and he's doing pretty good, but little white light always helps. So I think that's pretty much it for me today. Let me see how we're doing here. 45 seconds. Oh my gosh, Al says that's 2 hours in movie time. Let's take a look at Tesla, see how it's doing on heading down. It's not the end of the world here in Texas with Tesla. It's just making a 61% retracement of the last few days' range. It's trading there right now. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude. May God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side on Monday, folks. Thank you very much.